Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So we are doing a crochet and chat today, and that is where I pick up one of my whips and I crochet on it while we chat. Now, I don't know how long I can stay and chat for, hopefully a little while, but there is an awful lot going on that needs my attention, so we are just going to go with the flow. So grab your project and a drink and crochet along with me if you want to. So I am working on my crazy coloured Boggy Creek blanket. It's just a continuous granny, guys. Nothing super special, but it is nice, bright and cheerful. So, how are you all? I hope you are doing really, really well. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I am filming this on the weekend, but you will be seeing it on Monday. So the weekend is done. So I have been dragging my heels on making this video a little bit, guys. I'm just going to jump right in and get the doom and gloom out of the way, and I might then feel a little bit better that I'm not keeping secrets. So, you are seeing this on Monday the 22nd, I think. Let me just check the date. Yes, Monday the 22nd of July 2024. Well, last week, no, hang on, let's go back a bit further. In February of this year 2024, I took a massive leap of faith and I decided to go back to work full time. It was a big deal for me, Mike and the family, because for the best part of 2 decades now, I have done really poorly paid pocket money type jobs in between the children's needs, really, so that I could predominantly be at home for them. And it's got to the stage now where the kiddos are all either in secondary school or fast approaching secondary school, which means there won't be any school runs needed by me because they'll all catch the school bus, come home on the school bus, and they are all a little bit older and they will be able to kind of be self-sufficient just for a couple of hours until Mike and I get home. So I looked into it and I decided to go and work full time, and I was successful in securing myself a job within prison education. Now, I'm not a teacher, I'm not doing any of the actual lessons or any of the education, but I do have an administrative role within the education department, and essentially it is me that kind of is the glue that keeps it all together and you know, enrolls them on their courses, you know, gets their certificates for them, etc, etc. It's quite, there's a lot more to it than that, guys, but to put it in terms that are, you know, easy enough to understand without getting bogged down with details, I do play a very important role in the team, but I'm not actually teaching staff. Going to work in a prison was a massive adjustment, not only for the family at home, you know, changing our routines, changing our schedules, having to completely basically change our lives, you know, outside of work and off of this camera here that I'm doing this video on. And like I've said a bajillion times before, the only way that that was possible is because Mike made it possible for me. He has stepped up to the plate. He has taken on a lot of the responsibilities that for many years now have been mine. He's had to be a lot more, you know, front and centre and a lot more involved than he may have been previously, and he has done an outstanding job. He has absolutely smashed it, and I cannot thank him enough for doing that for me, because without that it wouldn't have worked. Then it got to, I think, April, May time, and there was a bit of an issue within the prison that I work in with a radioactive natural gas called radon, which are radioactive uranium deposits contained within granite. And the whole prison that I work at is made out of and built on top of big chunks of granite. Now, the levels that were radiating out of the building and the ground are of levels that are unsafe. We had to have a lot of sensors installed and had to monitor the levels, and it got to a stage where we realised that the levels were on a slightly dangerous scale. Basically, the main worry about the radioactive gas is it is linked to more chances of developing lung cancer. So obviously that's a big concern for the inmates, but it's also a big concern for staff as well. So the levels were deemed to be too high for people to safely live there. So they started decanting inmates to other prisons, and we went down to very small numbers, which in turn meant that there wasn't as much of an education need at the time. And as you know, I was asked to split my time between my normal prison and another one about an hour to 2 hours away, depending on traffic. And for quite a while there, a good couple of months, I was splitting my time between the two prisons, which, let me tell you, was really hard going for a lot of reasons. It was hard going financially, it was hard going emotionally, it was hard going physically, because I was absolutely exhausted with the extra travel time and my brain having to deal with two prisons rather than one. It was a lot, guys. It really was a lot, and it was a massive adjustment anyway, just being in a prison environment from the day I started. I have struggled a little bit getting my head around my new work environment, my new work expectations, new rules and regulations, and basically my safety and welfare whilst working in an environment like that. So since February, guys, there has been an awful lot of pressure, stress, change. Yeah, it's been full on, but I was dedicated, I was committed. It was the first time in nearly 2 decades that I was being selfish and doing something for me, Sam, because for nearly 2 decades I've been mum first, put the children first, put, you know, Mike first, put the house first, put everyone else first. So for the first time in nearly 2 decades, I decided that I needed something for me, that I wanted to get more job satisfaction, that I could potentially get a long-term career, and naturally I assumed that by working in a prison there's always going to be a need for me to work, because prisons aren't going anywhere, right? Well, 2 weeks ago I got the really good news that I didn't have to split my time anymore between the two prisons. I was able to go back to my original prison full time, which I was so relieved about, and they started bringing inmates back. Well, fast forward to last Wednesday. So whatever the date was last Wednesday, what was it? 17th, I think. And there was a bombshell dropped that actually, in fact, the prison that I work at will be shutting. Which I'm sure you can imagine was a bitter blow to be dealt, because this was my chance, guys. This was my new exciting adventure, my new opportunity, more financial security for the family, you know, a challenge for me to feel like I'm doing something good in the world with the work that I'm doing, all sorts of things just completely, well, it's just gone. I instantly went into panic meltdown mode. I actually went out to lunch and spoke to a couple of my lovely YouTube friends here on the channel that I speak to outside of the channel, and basically I called them in a little bit of a mess, going basically, what am I gonna do? Wasn't quite worded like that, but you can imagine that that was the gist of it. I have been told that my job is safe. Everybody within that prison and in the education department, our jobs are safe. But what that's going to look like moving forward, I do not know. I have to wait for higher management to get back from annual leave and to make the decisions about each member of staff, what we're going to do with all of our education materials, all of our furniture, all of the confidential files we've got, all of our computers. Honestly, guys, it is going to be a massive undertaking to empty out, basically, to clear off. And then after we've cleared off, I still as yet don't know where I'm clearing off to. Now, there are another 2 prisons that the company I work for are in charge of, but both of those prisons are between an hour and 2 hours away from me. There's no on-site parking at the one that I was doing a little bit of a stint at. I do get my claims and my expenses back, but it's not the most quickest procedure in the world, and I'm still owed quite a lot of expenses from my time at one of them. And the extra commute, the fuel, the wear and tear on my car, all of these things have to be considered. And the biggest thing that I'm worried about is there is only one of me needed in most of the prisons. In some of them they have 2 because they are much larger prisons with much larger populations. But for the most part there is just one of me in prisons, and every prison that the company I work for that are in charge of, they already have their version of me. So there aren't any vacancies for my job roles. So I don't really know what they're going to be able to offer me, but they've told me my job is safe. But ultimately, I don't know if that is going to be viable full-time, guys, or for the foreseeable. Now, they have said that the prison is only closing temporarily. They're hoping at this point that it's only going to be 18 months to 2 years, but that is quite a big chunk of time to have to commit yourself to going elsewhere. And I just don't know if it's viable for me for lots of reasons. So I am playing the horrible waiting game of letting them decide what they're going to offer me, what my job will look like moving forward, what the plan for me is. And until they decide, I'm not going to know, so I'm not going to know for a little while. But there will be no more prisoners at that prison as of the end of July. And like I said, you're watching this on the 22nd, so in about a week it will be empty. Yeah, so I've not been in a very good place the last few days, I'm not going to lie to you. I did seriously consider taking a big back step from the channel and focusing on potentially looking for other jobs, but I didn't. I don't even need to give you reasons why. I don't need to go through all of my thought processes. But I instantly went into panic mode and thought, right, that's it. I need to take a step back. I need to sort my stuff out, and everyone's just going to have to wait. And I'm really sorry, but I can't be everything for everyone right now because my whole world has just exploded. But as you can see, I decided that no, I would still film my videos and make my content and spend my time with you guys. So I don't know if I am going to be able to keep up with that every time a video is due. I don't know if my filming is going to get a little bit sporadic or a little bit spotty. And please do not see this video as me crying out for attention, wanting to gain sympathy, playing the woe is me card. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I am trying to fill you in on stuff that's going on in the background that is severely affecting my mood and my emotions and my stress levels, and that there may be patches of time where content isn't as consistent as it has been, that I may disappear for a little while, but for you not to panic. I don't know. I'm literally playing it by ear at the minute. Now, the day, well, I got told on the Wednesday, and then I had Thursday and Friday off. So I utilised my Friday by filming 2 or 3 videos then. And then today is Saturday that I'm filming, and I have filmed another 4 or 5 videos today just to buy me a bit of time so that I can upload them and schedule them out over the next week or so. And it buys me a little time for thinking and headspace and trying to come up with a plan, even though on the limited information that I've got, I don't really know if I can make a plan. But you know what I'm trying to say. Just, I've bought myself a little bit of time by filming ahead so I can work on stuff behind the scenes. So that is what is going on. And then on top of that, one of the children had an accident on Friday, and it was just chaotic and manic and really not what I needed after the events of this week. But obviously you can never predict when an accident is going to happen, and it's been dealt with, and hopefully he's going to make a full recovery. He was running a race in his sports day, and he potentially has either dislocated his hip or torn a ligament in his hip, so he is struggling with his walking and stuff. But he is with his dad currently this weekend, and if he's not more comfortable and not feeling much better by the time he comes back to me, then I will take him to the hospital again and demand x-rays and further investigation. So there's all that going on as well. So yeah, it's been a real crappy week, guys. I don't even know what to say about it. But because I always, value the fact that, or pride myself on the fact that I am completely honest here on this channel, I felt you deserve to know what's going on with me, so that if in my videos I seem a little off or a little distracted, or my mood is a little low, or whatever the case may be, or like I said, the videos start becoming patchy and not consistent, then you know the reasons why. I will obviously try and upkeep the channel as much as I can, but if for whatever reason I can't film and put out a video, then I'm really sorry, but it is what it is at the moment, and I just need your love and understanding more than ever right now, really, because it's all just poo. So yeah, that is what is going on behind the scenes at Manfa's Makes. Now, in and amongst all that, we did have to celebrate Max's birthday. That all kind of went wrong as well, which I feel guilty about, but he's absolutely fine. This week coming up is Mike's birthday, so we've got to celebrate that. So I've got to get my head in the game. Sorry for bumping the camera. Got to get my head in the game to make that a jolly occasion. When all I really want to do, guys, is to get into bed, put the duvet over my head, and just forget about the world. But that won't solve anything, and it won't get anything done or fixed, and quite frankly, I don't have time or the luxury of being able to do that. So we'll just keep calm and crochet on, right? So obviously, as things change in that respect, I will keep you updated as and when I can. Like I said, forgive me if content gets a little bit weird for a bit, but I will do what I can when I can. Yeah, so just wanted to fill you in on that. We have had a couple of gloriously hot days here in the UK, which is unheard of, but it meant that I could get on top of my laundry, and I've definitely reached that age, guys, where simple things of being able to dry several loads of laundry on the line makes me happy. Oh dear, I didn't think I'd ever get to that age, but here I am. But it has been interspersed with rain. Like I said, I'm filming this on Saturday, and all it has done all day long today is rain, 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 rain. It was nice to have those couple of days where it was lovely weather, but it's so changeable here in the UK. You just cannot predict from one day to the next what the weather's going to be doing, and you can leave your house wearing clothes that you think are suitable for the weather, and within an hour you would have wished that you were dressed in something completely different. You literally cannot win with the UK weather at all. But it's the fun of living in the UK, right? So yeah, we've had a couple of nice days. I think so. I'm working all of this week, that I do know. Then I've got 2 weeks of annual leave, and normally I would be so excited for that and so looking forward to it, but actually I'm now thinking that decisions will be made while I'm on annual leave that I'll have absolutely no clue about, and then walk into who knows what. So I'm a little bit trepidous about my annual leave, but we will take each day as it comes, and we will cross whatever bridges we need to. Yeah, I've been trying to crochet as much as I can to keep my mind off of things, because it is my therapy. And like I said, by filming so many videos in advance, it's bought me a little headspace and thinking time, which is awesome. And it's also bought me time to actually make some things that need to have a progress video done on them. Because I schedule all these things and I start all these segments, but I don't necessarily use my time wisely to get the progress on the things I'm supposed to be showing progress. So yes, I will be furiously crocheting on the things that I need to show progress on, but that's okay. It's absolutely fine. It will motivate me to get it done so that I can get it filmed and out for you. So it does help a little bit. So I think I'm going to finish this round with you. It means that I've only managed to go around once, but that's okay. It's still one more row done. One more row closer to finish. And then I am going to crack on, because actually, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I just want to go and have my shower, get into my pyjamas, and then snuggle up on the couch with my crochet and just relax the night away. Now, because I'm filming this Saturday, you will know that I have decided not to go live. I just want a shower jammies and crochet time. I'm really sorry that yet again I didn't go live, but I'm sure you can appreciate that I'm not really in the most, you know, conversational, joyous moods right now. So there we go. Keep your fingers crossed for me that I can still remain with this company and that they will give me an offer that I can't refuse, and that it will save me having to look for another job, because honestly, jobs around here are mainly care work, factory work, night work, cleaning, and things called 0-hour contracts. Now, if you're on a 0-hour contract, it basically means that they are not obliged to give you a set number of hours week by week, and that yes, some weeks you will not be rostered on at all, you won't have any hours, and you will not be paid a penny. And I was on a 0-hour contract before I got this prison job, and I'm not going back to that ever again, guys. I can't live like it. It's the most stressful, unfair, awful type of employment to be in, and I'm not doing it. So yeah, jobs are a bit thin on the ground, and like I said, it took me, you know, a year to 18 months to find this prison job. So I'm feeling that I'm going to have to take whatever offer they give me for the minute, until I find something else. But how quickly I'll find something else, I really do not know. I really couldn't say. But again, cross that bridge when we get to it, right? So I'm sorry that today's crochet and chat has been a bit of a downer and a bit of a doom and gloom, but I like to keep it real here on this channel, and it's not always going to be sunshines, rainbows, sparkles and unicorns, because that's just not real life, guys, is it? Things are not amazing all the time, and I know that you guys are, you know, a trustworthy, safe space for me to be able to chat things through and to get some things off of my chest. And I really do thank you for giving me that opportunity. And if you have made it to the end of this video, then you truly are true Yarny friends and supporters, because a lot of people would have been put off after about 5 minutes of moaning. So there we go. I did a complete round on my Boggy Creek blanket while chatting with you. I will just give you a little look-see. There we go. Crazy, bright, colourful madness. But that's okay, because we need to give colour and smiles, especially to children. So like I said, if you've made it to this video, thank you very, very much for letting me offload. Sorry if I have dragged the mood down and made anyone feel uncomfortable. But you know, there is always the click off button if that is the case. Come back tomorrow for, where's my planner? Come back tomorrow for another episode of Label My Library. So until I see you tomorrow in that one, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love ya.